system, in the state of Texas. And, and at this time, the system in Texas was a real serious system. And
Yeah.
and they sent me to the most dangerous penitentiary in the United States at this time.
What prison was that?
And that was East Town. And I
East
was
Town.
like, and I was
It's
like,
worse than it's worse than Angola.
it was worse than Angola at that time. And
Yeah.
Angola was one of the worst, penitentiaries in the United States at that time also. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, y'all sending me to East Ham. I was 25 years old, and I was
What
like,
was your
man,
what was your sentence? What was your sentence?
I had 45 aggravated. I was given 3 counts of 45, but they ran a
Damn.
conclusion, which I only had to serve 1 and not 3.
Yeah.
So, like, man, and I had to do 11 years just to come up to see parole. That's how it
Damn.
works. 1/4 of your sentence.
Did you have life?
No, it was 45. It was a baby life.
Might as well have been life, huh?
Oh yeah, and I was like, man, these people are sending me to East Town, and all this because I had an uncle that was there. He had did 11 years on East Town, and
Yeah.
man, hey man, when you talking about, I'm talking about all of my mindset was, man, I'm about to kill somebody up here, because I already had my mind set up there that, I wasn't gonna
How,
be no punk.
how long had you been in when you had made up your mind you was gonna have to kill somebody?
I hadn't been, I had been, that was, I hadn't even hit the unit yet because,
You just felt like that, like it was coming.
when they take you to TDC,
Hmm.
it's TDC then, it wasn't TDCJ. That changed through the years. It was just
Yeah.
TDC, and you had to go to a unit called diagnostics first. You stay there
Hmm.
about 30 days, where they getting your process of where they're gonna send you. And after
Yeah.
you diagnostic, they send you to a facility called Go Re. Now Go Re
Hmm.
used to be the female unit in the system, but they had changed that. And so they summoned the Go Re, and Go Re was the unit where they let you know where you was gonna be stationed at. So they
Hmm.
in the classification at Go Re that I was going to East Ham, hey man, I couldn't believe that these people were sending me to East Ham.
How did you hear about it? Like how? Because I know when I was coming up, when I was 18, like the only prisons I had heard about was like Folsom and San Quentin because of the movies and Chino. But I didn't know about no other prisons like that to know to be scared of them because they put me in the worst level 4 in CDC at that time too. It was a brand new prison, and I had no idea, and I was barely 18.
And they
So
okay now.
how so how did you know that it was a bad that you was about to be in a bad situation?
Well, this was my 3rd time going to prison. This
Okay, so yeah, okay.
first time, and they were sending me to a unit because of my I was considered as a habitual criminal and
Yeah.
threat to society. That's the label that they had placed on me at that time. And so
Mm-hmm.
sending me to a maximum security unit. They couldn't send me to a minimum security unit. It's something
Mm.
you only had a few maximum security units at that time. You didn't have
Mm-hmm.
all the units that they have now. Like I say, you got over 100 or something now. But back then, in 1990, when I was first sentenced, you only had 32 units, and they was
Yeah.
all brick units. They was old units. East Ham was one of those units that had a name for itself throughout the United States, not just the state of Texas, as being
You said East Ham?
East Ham. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and they was killing. Oh, it's rugged. They was killing. They was stabbing. When you first got to East Ham, uh, when you had an opportunity to go to commissary, you didn't really buy a fan or a radio. You bought a knife. you know, you bought you a knife. Because it was dangerous. You didn't
Yeah.
have the gangs that they have that nowadays you didn't have Crips and Bloods in the state of Texas at that time. You had
When did you
Black Gang.
when did you start seeing Bloods and Crips in Texas? If you don't mind, if I don't mind cutting you off, because I gotta know this.
I believe it was probably about 94, 94.
94.
And you know what? They had a guy out of California, and he was a Blood, but he wasn't repping in prison at this time, because he was the only Blood on the phone. And
So so being a Blood didn't really mean that. You just we heard about y'all, but we don't really know about y'all like
yeah,
that type of.
we knew about them, but not they didn't have them here. But you had some guys, they called him Window. Window was out of I forgot what part of California Window was from, but Window was on East Ham for a long time, and he intercepted the Texas ways, and he didn't try to put nobody down or none of that. Them
Right.
Bloods start coming when they start building the new prisons, because
Yeah.
gangs I think hit Houston probably around about 92. They start spreading somewhere like that. But
What was they doing? What was
it,
they doing before then?
well,
Like
if
like like I give you an example. I give you an example. In my city, gang banging hit about like 82, 83. But before that, they used to like if they had problems with each other, they used to break dance. Like they break dance, posture, all that. And
was this is the neighborhood I'm from. This
hmm
the name of this neighborhood is Alameda Plaza. We call it
hmm
APP, Alameda Plaza, Texas, and it's in
hmm
Clark, the south side of Houston. And
hmm
Plaza ran the Clark. Ran the Clark. Let me tell you something. When we rode down. There was a lot of us. It was,
Yeah.
and that's what we had. We had neighborhoods against neighborhoods. We didn't have names, like Crips or Bloods or nothing, anything like that. And I had a couple partners that was from Cali that was Crips in this neighborhood. But like I said, they didn't never try to put nobody down. They moved over here in the 70s, and they was,
Yeah.
but they didn't never try to put nobody down or nothing. They just intercepted the ways that was going on in this neighborhood. Because
Yeah.
days, in my days, a
hmm
Blood couldn't have came to this neighborhood and tried to do anything. They wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it because we didn't have that concept. We didn't
Yeah.
have California concept. Easy was my kinfolk.
Huh. You said
He's
who?
Easy is my
Oh,
cousin.
Easy. Easy
Yeah,
Eric.
that's my cousin. And they tried to send me to Cali back in
Rest
the
in
80s.
peace. Rest in peace, Easy E.
They tried to send me up there to live with his mother, right? And I
Right.
didn't know Easy. I didn't even know he was my cousin. And then he wasn't at that level that he had became.
Yeah.
And they tried to send me up there, but somebody, in the family said it wouldn't be good for me to go up there because I was a real bad actor. And I was a real bad actor. I
Hey
played.
Dre. Hey Dre. How old are you?
I'm 54.
So y'all was fighting with bats and chains and shit.
Man. Hey, man. We had a home girl. Man, we had a home girl in this neighborhood. They call it Big Evelyn.
Yeah.
Big Evelyn would be with us. Would whoop a nigga ass. Would whoop. She ain't fight girls. She would whoop a nigga ass. And we used to fight a lot of Mexicans back then. We
Yeah.
fought Mexicans, coming up to school and coming up in the penitentiary. When you came to TDC, when you came to prison, the Mexicans was with the Mexicans. It wasn't a
Yeah.
whole gang. They was all one together. I don't care where they was from. They was together because it was the Mexicans against the blacks, and the white
What
boys
about
no way.
what about the ones from like Puerto Rico and Peru and
They
Guatemala and all of that?
they was with the Mexicans. See, they got with the Mexicans because it was either a Mexican or a white boy was going to get turned out, man, in the
Yeah.
penitentiary. They was going to get turned out in some form. So, and
When
especially
you say when you say turned out, what do you mean?
No, they was gonna get turned out into a punk or a boy. And a boy mean that they wasn't giving up their booty, but they was paying their money. You
So
know,
what's a punk?
it was because inmates ran the penitentiary in my day.
Yeah,
Inmates,
but you gotta remember there's regular people that watch our channel and they don't know our lingo. So
yeah,
you gotta tell them what's a punk, then what's a boy. They let them know.
punk is a person that's taking that dangling, taking that pickle, and and,
So
and a boy, yeah, he ain't taking that pickle, but he paying the money to to, to prevent him from getting that pickle.
does that stuff still go on nowadays in Texas?
Probably on some of the rowdiest units, maybe, but not so. They got a thing called Priya, and
Yeah,
Priya
they got Priya is everywhere.
didn't have that in Texas.
You know what it stands for, right?
Oh, that shit, that's something serious.
Prison Rape Elimination Act. That's Priya.
See,
So when you so
they didn't have that in Texas. They didn't have that comfort to be able.
man, look, Dre. When I got locked up, they have a video, they have a TV outside of the cell of the holding tank with the Priya video, right? And that was in Sacramento, California. So when I got locked up in Florida, what'd you know? That same ass Priya video was playing in Florida. The same video. Priya is coast to coast. That's some serious shit.
Yeah, see, they didn't come into the state of Texas, I think, until probably the late '90s or the early 2000s. You know, and they didn't have it in the state of Texas. When it came, they got a rat with a mask on
Yeah.
and with a sack. Hey man, them people something serious. You gonna get some years behind messing with them boys.
Man, look, man, okay, so explain to the people what sex playing is.
Sex playing.
Yes.
Well, I knew a lot of guys when I was serving my time, and I had to learn how to do time. I didn't know how to do time, even though it was my third time in prison. My first time I did 3 months.
Hmm.
Second time I did 5 months. I had a 3-year sentence my first time. My second time I had a 7-year sentence. So my third time I ended up with 45 aggravated. So when I went to a maximum security unit was when I first seen really men play these sex games with other men, you know, putting Snicker bars and stuff on their bunks. I'm talking about literally put like the person moving to a cell,
Yeah.
be a Snicker bar on top of the bunk or whatever bunk, you know, they living on. So the cellie might come in and say, man, you seen that what happened to that Snicker bar that was up there? Oh man, you new, you don't know what's going on. You might say, oh man, I ate that Snicker. You ate my Snicker? Who told you to eat my Snicker? He said,
Oh, set him up.
hey man, I want that Snicker bar. And so he line and say, well, I'll get you the Snicker bar when you go to come. Say, nah, I don't want that Snicker bar. I want that Snicker bar that was on that bunk. And he line say,
Oh.
yeah, you gonna give me that? Give me that.
Hell no.
You gonna give it to me out them guts. Out them
Hey, look. Hey,
out that
see, in California, right? That shit is so fucking rare. Like, because you know everything is divided into cars. So if a car sniffed that there was a booty bandit in the midst of the car, oh man, he especially if he did took a homie's butt before, he was gonna get hollered at quickly. Like a booty bandit has no ground to stand on in California.
yeah.
But it seemed like out there, it seemed like that's just a part of doing time. Shit.
And that's so right because at the time, talking about a time that would later take change, right? Because you know the mindset of the inmates at that time, that was a concept they had down here in Texas. also in Angola had that same mentality that
Where's Angola located?
in it's in Angola, Louisiana. I believe it's
In Louisiana. Do
Louisiana.
they so do they call it the chain gang in Texas too?
Different camps, it's different camps of Angola.
Hmm.
You got maximum security Angola where they have to take you out. When they take them on like a little ferry. It's because it's like in the water. It's in the swamps. So
Is that right?
they they take them on a ferry. That was a serious unit. I once knew our godfather. He was from
Hmm.
Spain. He did 25 years in Angola. Matter of fact, I had a cousin of mine. I never met him. He got sentenced in 1965 when I was born. They had given him a mandatory life sentence. I never met this dude. I had never.
Damn.
He died in Angola. That was one of my great aunties' son, one of her oldest sons. They had given him a mandatory life sentence. Hold up.
How many years did you end up doing?
Something went wrong. Hold up, I can't see.
I'm right here.
Hold up.
Jason?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
And
So
what
how many years did you end up actually doing off of that 45?
I was given I served 24 years, 8 months, and some days. I was released in 2014, and I stayed out 6 months, and I went back on a violation, and I
Hmm.
stayed 4 more years. I got out in
You did a
2018.
hold on, time out. You did a 4-year violation?
Yeah,
What the hell?
one of
Damn.
one of the one of the things that's about my show, right? Is
Yeah.
things that's taking place in prisons. And what I try to do is I'm trying to get the people in Texas to speak out and
Yeah.
try to speak out at the time when they change these laws. Because see, the system is so designed to 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 help themselves and not the inmates. They say that Texas has the largest prison system, but they got the
Yeah.
inmates. See, these
You
inmates
said
in the state of Texas is not going to
say
speak
that again. They have the biggest prison system, but the what inmates?
for as inmates.
The sorriest inmates.
They're
That
not going
came from a Texas inmate, y'all. So why would you say that about why is that stereotype on Texas like that?
and you know what's so ironic about that question is that other states is trying to figure out how y'all have those inmates like that. Because see, the state want to pay the inmates, right? These people are doing time and they don't get paid here in the state of Texas, but they give them so many years. Like a person like me, I did 20 something years, and I went in at 25 and I got out at 49. If I didn't have a foundation, what would I would come to? What would I have come to if I wouldn't have had a foundation?
You've been in trouble.
After doing 20 something years, so practically I kind of grew up in a penitentiary.
Practically, that's for certain that you grew up in prison. Because by you saying that, that's like I mean I grew up in prison, so you can't say practically.
Yeah,
Half our life was behind them walls.
yeah, and so I come out here, and now they telling me that I have to do away with my institutional behavior, my institutional thinking,
Right,
which I done survived with this institutional behavior and this institutional thinking to prevent me from losing my life,
right.
losing my manhood, and so much as losing my dignity. So you done placed me out here in society
Hmm.
where I've been gone 20 something years and telling me I have to get my life straight. I have to I have to live at a standard of society now.
Yeah.
So what I did was, I had some jobs and everything. I had that opportunity. and and what took place was is that I filed for my disability, right? Which I
Yeah.
not 3 times. I've been denied 3 times, and I remember Obama making a statement when he was in president, and he made it where so much as an inmate that's been gone 20 years or better, it is automatically given disability.
Yeah.
But now,
I thought you get denied 3 times and then you automatically approved or something. So that's not true.
no, because I got a lawyer now, and I've been set for a hearing, and I'm more than sure the judge, which is what I need, is going to automatically make them give me my disability. Because I got some, medical problems, you know what I'm saying, as well as being incarcerated for over 20 years. You know,
Okay.
I automatically fit disability, but it's been so hard to get it, man. It's been so hard to get it. But it's all right. I'm all right with that because of my foundation. There's so many.
Okay. Now, so pause. Pause. We're gonna pause right there and let it keep going. All right. Now that's a different question. So, what type of OG were you inside prison? What type? What this? Because there was OGs like there's OGs like you move in the cell with them. They hella discipline. They got their floors polished. Everything is dusted, and they don't talk that much. They kind of mean. They set in their ways. Was you that kind of OG?
I was I was I liked it them women, and a lot of women worked in prisons down here in Texas, and
Yeah.
I liked it them women, man, and so it was a certain manner that I can conducted myself in, and so a lot of young guys, that's what they placed me as an OG, but
Yeah.
the only thing I taught a youngster, I taught to them that wasn't taught to me when I came to prison.
Yeah.
And that was to mind your own business, man, and get you some education, man. Because I remember an old cat telling me his name was Cole. He was out of Fifth Ward. He was out of Houston, and
Yeah.
I was going for wild. I was wild, and he said, "Hey, Dre, man," he said, "Man, you got a lot of time, to do." He said, "Man, you got to place yourself in position," and that stuck with
Mhm.
me for many years. So
Mhm.
myself in a position to be able to have a law, have money in the penitentiary, and not so much as worrying about my family sending me money and stuff like that. And yeah, my floor I kept waxed, I kept clean.
Yep.
Women
You
like
had
that.
you
To
had an
run.
OG you had an OG radio too, a boombox, 8 track.
I
What you had?
had all kind of radios, man. I had all kind of radios in that penitentiary, man. We
You
had
got
the
the you got the OG TV with the bubble on it instead of a flat screen.
we had no TV. I wish we would have had TV. We ain't had no.
You what? Y'all didn't have TVs?
Yeah, and that's so what
Wow.
about Texas prisons, man. They selling them all that kind of bullcorn stuff in there, man. And boys spending all their money, you know what I'm saying, and they making no money, and if you're gonna sell these kind of products, if you're gonna sell this kind of stuff, man, you can make it better. I remember when they changed it, like now you can get like a care package, right? You can get
Yeah.
that nowadays. See, we didn't have the luxury they have right now today in Texas
Yeah.
prison. They got telephones, on the pause now. They call every day with their families and stuff. We didn't have that. See, if we'd have had that back in my days, I would have beat my case. I'd have beat my case. Guess what? I'm gonna beat my case. I'm gonna
So
beat my case.
yeah. So how many years did you say you did off of 45?
I did
20,
20
24?
years, 8 months, and some days, and I did 4 years on a violation on this sentence. And so
I
all the
did
28
I did
years
so he
on this.
said man, well in my if you break it down like that with me, I did 20. I couldn't picture doing 28 years. I couldn't even picture doing 24. I don't even know how I did 20,
And,
to be honest with you.
but this is the thing about it. It's something that we had to do. It's something
Mm-hmm.
because see, before I went to prison, even the first time before I went to prison, I was in these streets, man, and I learned the behavior of neighborhoods. I learned the behavior of characters, and that
Yeah.
played a role in my survival kit in the penitentiary.
Yeah.
You know, paying attention to the characters. You got some dudes, man, they would come to a unit, man, and just jump out there. How you just jump out there and you ain't even paid attention to what's going on? I had a partner. He was out of Cali, man. Good dude too, man. And then when he came at this time, you know, the stacks was against him. He jumped in the gambling game. And man, them dudes played that boy out of so much money. Look at him, man. They play because he didn't even know. But right now today, he probably one of the best gamblers you ever seen. But he paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
He paid for that game.
They
And he
say you gotta. They say you gotta pay to like poker. In order to learn poker, you gotta pay. They cost. You gotta learn pay to learn poker.
probably so. But he jumped in a cheating game. He jumped in a game of dudes that he didn't even know. He was from California. First time in the penitentiary with a bunch of years. I remember when he came, he had some Magic Johnson. He had some Magic Johnson Converse. Got played out of them. I'm talking about played, played out of. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting at
Wow.
gambling with some dudes, and everybody standing around him, telling his hand to the other dudes that's at the table. He don't even know it though. Ain't nobody
Wow. Yeah.
in there is his partner. He's from California. You don't know nobody. You supposed to pay attention first before you jump.
Mm-hmm.
See what
So
see. Oh, look at the surroundings of the table. See how they playing because
no,
these
no,
you know they play for keeps. Them dudes
yeah.
play for keeps. Some of them dudes had already been locked up since the 70s on these hands.
Oof.
You had
What
some,
game? What games y'all play out there? What games y'all play?
huh?
What games do y'all play? Like what card games is big out there? Like we played Pinochle.
Or they played knock. They had a game called knock, and they played it with dominoes. And you couldn't play card games. Cards was illegal, but they had them anyway. They played poker.
Cards was illegal.
Yeah, they didn't sell them in the company.
And it's a whole bunch of stuff you just told. Like a lot of California inmates, such as myself. There's a lot of stuff you told me that just blew my mind. No TV, no cards.
Yeah, and the
What
reason
else?
was of they might have had them in the old days, but I don't know. They didn't have them when I went to penitentiary. But in the old days, they might have had them. But so much violence done took place behind cards and stuff like that. They took them out of the system. Texas, you know, they don't want you to enjoy yourself in the penitentiary.
Huh?
They don't want you to enjoy yourself. They feel like when you're given time, like when I was given time, they worked you hard. It was a physical. They tried to drain you physical, so we had to work out. We had to stay physical fit because we worked in them host squads twice a day. We went in the morning, came in for lunch, and went back out. And
Afternoon yard.
huh?
It's afternoon shift or afternoon yard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't no yard. That was that work hole. We went to the yard after we came from working out there in them fields. Yeah, we were picking that cotton and
Hey,
shit on them, man.
wait a minute. So that shit is real? Where
Yeah.
you be like, that's the sound of the man working on that chain.
I remember when
Yeah. So y'all was chained up with pitchforks. I mean with pickaxes.
chained up, you have you in different squads. I remember when I got to Eastham, right, and I went to classification. You go into classification where they let you know where you're gonna go live. They let you know what squad where you're gonna work. So when I got there, it was the warden and the major and all of them was sitting in classification, right? So when I walked
Hmm.
in, they looked at my file. They say, "Wait, we're gonna put you in seven hole." I say seven hole. I say, man, I don't know nothing about working in no seven hole. I say, I'm trying to figure out I'm gonna do this 45. They say, well, you get through, you're gonna figure it out. Shit, let me tell you something. I was in for about 18 months before I finally went to work to get out of the whole squad. I was getting a case every day for not going to work. I wasn't going. I had 45
Oh,
acts. I wasn't fit to go work in no whole squad. So
yeah.
let me tell you this
What
story.
year? what year is this that they trying to get you to pick some cotton?
This 1990.
They
This night,
picking cotton. They picking cotton in Texas in 1990, and they got niggas doing it.
and look, Eastham had the largest cotton field. Let me tell you a story. What that took place with me. I had a partner that talked me into going to work. He said,
Mm-hmm.
Dre, man, come on, kick it. He was a partner I used to kick with every day, old school dude. He was out of Fifth Ward in Houston. So I decided to go on out there and work. So for like a whole month, I'm going
To pick some cotton.
uh,
To pick some cotton.
to pick cotton. So I'm picking this cotton, right? And
Yeah.
these cotton plants, they're about this tall. That wasn't bad. I'm every day I'm going to work with my partners for about a month. So, and we had one of the damnedest field captains. So a white boy, he was about 5'5" with one
Is
leg. They called
that the po- Is that the police or another inmate?
the police. He was a captain. He was a field captain. He had been working in the East End since he was 18. And he was an old man now. So he down there seeing Bunny and Clyde. I mean, he down there see Clyde days. He had been working there so long. He was real racial. He was
Was
a racial.
Clyde really? Wait. Was Clyde really there?
Yeah, Clyde was on the old East Ham. He
Is that
escaped
right?
old East Ham. Yeah, they were fucking Clyde over there. That's why
Fuck,
because they were fucking. Yeah, they were fucking Clyde.
like literally in his
Clyde.
what?
Yeah, he was a bro.
What?
Yeah, on the old East Ham. The old East Ham seals, they was underground. The old East Ham. Yeah, it's old cotton being now where they put all the cotton stuff. They don't really too much pick cotton over there no more. They don't kind of took that out the system. They
All
got
right. So you with your partner, you going to work and y'all picking this cotton.
now we picking this cotton, right?
Yeah.
So at this time, we had been picking cotton so much at this time that I thought it was over with. It was on a Friday one day, and they brought hamburgers and all kind of stuff for us to eat and soda waters. We out there playing football in the fields. Look at my old rat. See that rat?
Yep.
Yeah, he wants something to eat. Yeah, then things was going on real tough. So I'm thinking the cotton is over with. We've been picking all month.
Yeah.
So for Monday, we're going to the bottom and pick some. I say to the bottom and pick some. I say, man, that ain't it. They say, yeah, they got some more, Dre. I say, man, I don't know. He say, man, come on, Dre, man, come on, go to work, man. So that Monday morning, we went to the work, and I had never been to the bottom.
Wait, do y'all get paid? Hold on 1 second. We're gonna wait for
So
okay, so so let me ask you a question real quick. Do y'all get paid?
no.
In California, we get paid for these jobs. Okay, go ahead.
And this is what I'm trying to do and show the people that's out here in society that they need to speak up for the inmates. They need to, when at the time when they make these new laws, these people that so much is concerned about their loved ones that's in prison, that they need to speak up for these people inside these walls of confinement. They need to try to get these people to change some laws. Then these people need to get paid because they give too many years in the state of Texas for these people not to get paid.
Indeed.
But
So we with your partner, and,
yeah.
and he asked you to come to work.
So that Monday morning, we go to work and we going to the bottom. Like I said, I had never been to the bottom before. And the line force was so big, right?
Yeah.
They so red. So scared to put on over here. So man, we go out there to the bottom. So we come over this hill. So they say, there go that cotton over there, Dre. I said, I don't see no cotton. He said, it's back over that way. I said, man, them trees. He said, man, them ain't no trees, man. That's cotton. I said, oh, man, I'm gonna pick that. I say, man, I'm not gonna pick that. So when we get down there to the bottom, I mean, them trees, them cotton plants is this tall, man. They taller than me. Man, it's about 40, 50 balls of cotton on one plant.
Damn. Don't that shit be tearing your hands and shit? Like
You got a thing called picking cotton and pulling cotton. Pulling,
Mm-hmm.
you pull the whole ball. Picking cotton is when you pull the cotton out of the ball. You don't pull the ball. And they was picking cotton at this time. So
Mm.
look here, this is God on the truth. When we got to the spot and they got to our wagon and let us out off the wagon, you got to get off the wagon and go get you a burlap sack. And then you
Yeah.
can't go. I said, look out, Cap. I said, man, I ain't picking no cotton today. They all know me, right? They all know me because, like I say, I was in the field for like about 18 months and
Yeah.
go to work for 90 days. And the whole 18 months that I was out there, that 90 days was for me to get out of the fields and get a
Yeah.
job. So, and I got a case. I got a case if it wasn't for spurring somebody, having a fight or something. I was on, it was 19, this was like 1991. I was
Mm-hmm.
until 93, and 93 wasn't even there yet. That's how much restriction, that's how much cases I had. So
Yeah.
out there, I said, look out, Cap. I said, man, I ain't picking no cotton today. He said, oh, Wade. He said, come on, boy, you're going to pick some cotton. I said, I ain't picking no cotton. He said, y'all might as well call the wagon. I ain't picking no motherfucking cotton. He said, you're going to pick some goddamn cotton, boy. I said, yeah. So when I walked over there, I got me one of them burlap sacks, and I went
Mm-hmm.
to the plant, to them damn big old plants, and I went to snatching up them goddamn plants. I went to snatching them motherfuckers out the ground, and we had a black boss that was over our squad.
Mm-hmm.
Look out, boss Henry. He said, get him. He pulling up the goddamn plant. Said them motherfuckers took me. They took me in. Them motherfuckers took me in, man.
See,
And,
you got about that field.
and no kind of stories, you hear about stories that goes on in prison, right? About
Mm-hmm.
it's like that. That could be talked about. Some inmates somewhere right now today would type say, "I remember Trade Out, man. Trade Out was so crazy, man." Because and being on a dangerous unit, even though we was on a dangerous unit, man, we laughed, we had fun, man.
Yeah.
We got high.
See, the people out here, they had a stereo. They have a like, especially before they see me, they have a stereotype of that people in prison like are angry, bitter, like they can't find a source of fun inside the walls, or they think that you shouldn't find fun, have fun behind the walls. But truthfully, there's all type of stuff to do that actually is in fact fun.
And you know why? Because of TV. I remember I remember when I went to state school. I went to state school in '79, and I was coming home for a holiday, and I met this dude that was from California, and we was on the
Mm-hmm.
bus. We was on the Greyhound bus, and me and him sat together. He seen a deer, and he was totally shocked to see a deer off the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deer. Because he had never seen nothing like that because of living. He said the only time you seen animals was in a zoo. But down here in Texas, we seen them all running around. It was shocking to him. And he was older than me.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something because while I remember, I'm from California, so let me reiterate. Not all parts of California don't have wildlife like that, but in California, like the wildlife states of the wildlife, right?
Yeah.
But I was in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta looking at a house in the middle of the damn neighborhood. In the middle of a neighborhood. Man, a whole family of deers came walking up the street. It was like, look, I'm like, it's deers. Like right there. It's like right in the neighborhood. It fucked me up. Then
Yeah.
another time I was at a regular old fast trip gas station, and old jackal or coyote or something, just came walking through the gas station like he owned the motherfucker, and then walked out. I was like, damn, I'm ready to go for the camera and start recording, and I'm
Yeah.
fascinated by this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got it. You got the right idea though. But I seen deers. I seen a lot of deers in California though. But
They
just they be in the mountains.
life with us down here in Texas. For a long time, the movie Dallas, which is what a lot of guys from, like Chicago and New York and all that that watched it, Dallas thought we was really riding horses down. They
Oh, you
really
talking about J.R. Ewing and them?
yeah. And so, but like you said that you only been to Dallas and never been to Houston.
I ain't never been to Houston, only Dallas. I've been to Houston. I've been to El Paso too.
Hey, when you come to Houston, you home. You home.
Man,
H Town is live, live, live. It's
I ain't coming in the winter. Y'all be flooding and things. Y'all be flooding.
yeah, it flood. They got a rainy season, man. It's a flood, man. You got to
Man,
have.
every time I look up, Houston underwater.
But where I'm from, it ain't underwater. For something, we had a bad flood like in the '70s, and we haven't had that since in the neighborhood that I'm from. Thank God.
So that's basically like downtown Houston and stuff.
I'm outside of downtown. I'm outside of downtown. You have neighborhoods like Third Ward and stuff like Fifth Ward. They closer to town than I am.
So you missed her. So you missed Hurricane Katrina too.
Yeah, I was locked up. And you know what? So what's so crazy is that the hurricanes and stuff they don't hit the penitentiaries. For some reason, they don't hit the penitentiaries. It
They
might,
keep us up. They keep us up in that motherfucker.
yeah, but they don't hit us. They don't. God, he just placed his hands around the prison for some reason.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Hey, have you noticed getting out that there's a lot more people from New Orleans and Houston?
well, that's our next door neighbor, right? And
Mm-hmm.
when they had that a lot of our kinfolks, like my father, he was Creole, so a lot of my people are Louisiana people, and so it's like that. Houston ain't nothing but a Louisiana, a lot of Louisiana people that used to live there and they live here. Them people went to
Yeah,
had that storm and what took place in New Orleans, and they all came to Houston. They ain't went back because a lot
man.
of Orleans, they was gangsters for real, and they
Yeah,
living in New Orleans. So when they came to Houston and seen this good life,
yeah.
they didn't go back there, man. Forget New Orleans. Forget New Orleans. They didn't go back. They stayed.
Man, hey, man, Hurricane Katrina man, it changed a lot of people's lives. There was a lot of murders that happened during Hurricane Katrina
Yeah,
that went completely unsolved.
yeah. They
Like
was
it was hella murders. Like they wasn't putting them on TV, but you talk to people that was in it, like the police was killing people. You heard about that?
man. They was doing a lot of
Like
stuff.
the police put martial law down there and
Yeah,
was shooting motherfuckers down.
yeah,
They were seeing bodies floating in the river, like floating, like I mean not the river, but the water, flood waters. They said they were seeing bodies just floating, and
yeah,
and for a long time they said that when the waters went down, bodies was coming up.
yeah, yeah. And see, and that's because of the people of the city too. They was killing people. The people
Yeah,
of the city was killing people and killing law. They wasn't trying to
yeah,
hit, and them dudes wasn't trying to hit. You imagine a dude that had a house full of drugs and all kind of money. They were trying to save that instead of saving their lives. They were trying to save that stuff and couldn't
mm,
save it. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? They had to leave. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and and you had people didn't even want to leave there because they had been there so long.
Yeah, that was
That's
hey, Hurricane Katrina was actually heartbreaking. And even though I was inside, like I felt it, like they think because we in prison we ain't got emotions and feelings and things. But when I see Hurricane Katrina, that shit broke my heart. Like there was one story. It was man. There was a lady sitting. They was on a bridge. Oh, you might remember seeing it. They was on a bridge, and there was a lady in a wheelchair, and she had been dead for like a while. She had been dead. Nobody came to pick up her body or nothing. She
yeah.
just was sitting in a wheelchair. They put like a blanket over her.
You know,
That shit. That shit made my grown ass cry.
I felt like, because I'm a spiritual man,
Yeah.
and what got me through my prison life is spiritual, uh, my spiritual being,
Right.
that I intercepted while doing time, right? And I felt that God really wasn't pleased with New Orleans. You know, for
Mm,
so long that city has been so wicked, and that he destroyed it in a manner that they were
mm,
for. That was
yeah,
unheard of. See, that hadn't taken place in the United States. You know, that's something that we've seen that took place in other countries. It hadn't taken place. That was the first time that there's something like that ever happened in the United States. And he
yeah,
really pleased with New Orleans and the wickedness that was going on in that city.
yeah.
And I really,
Don't forget the president back then too.
yeah, and you got, man, you know, that,
We had Bush back then.
you know, them Bushes is some cold-blooded people. And there's some history about them, man. And and you look at these men that's done been representing our country. You know, a lot of them, you could say Bush and them was this and Bush and them was that, but the Clintons, all of them got that background of what they done went through and what they went to go through to be where they got as president.
The Bushes is from Texas, ain't they?
Yeah, yeah. You
I heard a
know,
lot of decisions and movements was based on that oil.
and you know what, man, and to believe it or not, though, is that the son, the Bush son that made president, see, at that time, we needed him for president because at that time, the presidents before him, they was like punks in a
Yeah.
sense to other countries. Countries didn't respect us. They
Mm-hmm.
respect us. And when that boy came in there and they seen that old country ass, Texas ass boy came in there, he was ready to kill something.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna get it right. Yeah, y'all gonna get it right. Y'all gonna respect the United States. Y'all gonna respect the United States, and they start respecting.
That's right.
They start
Hey, all
respecting.
right. So let's switch reels. Let's switch reels. I need to know why was you telling? You said you was a comedian there. Why was you telling jokes?
Man, because I've been doing that all my life, right?
Yeah,
And I've been ranking on dudes. I'm the oldest in my family, right?
yeah.
And at a time where we fought dogs and
Mm-hmm.
we had to fight one another, man. I had to fight girls. I had to fight boys. The oldest, you know what I'm saying? So I had to represent. I had to get out there. But one of the things I always had, I had a gift of ranking. I
Yeah.
was always able to, I liked it, Richard Pryor and all the comedians of that time. And so it was easy for me to rank on guys. And so when I got in prison, and you didn't really have that in certain circles, like you say, they have a so stereotype that they think that everybody in prison got a bald head with a mask on their face, and that's not true. That's not true. We laugh.
Andre, hey, I be watching you, right? I be trying to follow. I keep getting stuck on that little third eye down there, the little birthmark or whatever it is right there. It just be calling me like, look at me, like, look at me. The little pink, like, look at me. Like, Dre got three eyes.
Hey, I got this joke over here, y'all. Right? I got this joke for you, and this only came from just release. From Andre,
Uh,
when I heard this joke, it was this guy. He used to
mm-hmm,
go around picking up all kind of stuff, right? All kind of trash and stuff. So
mm-hmm,
one day he came up on his house, and it had a fence around. And on this fence, it had a sign saying "lion tamer." So he all about. He want to go see what it's about, right? So he walked,
mm-hmm,
knock on the door. Lady answered the door. She said, "Yes, my hip." He said, "Yes, I couldn't help but noticing y'all had this sign on the fence saying lion tamer." She said, "Yes, we got a lion and we're looking for somebody to tame it." He said, "Well, I know a little bit about taming lions." She said, "Yes, you can have a job." He said, "Well, okay, I'll be right back. Let me go to my truck." So he walked out there to his truck. He got a whip and he got a chair. So he walked back. He now show me where this bad lion at. So he walked in the backyard. There it was, a big old lion in a cage. The lion was running around the cage. Who roared, roar, roar.
yeah, yeah,
So the lady was finna open up. He said, "No, let me open up. I don't want you to get hurt." So he opened up the cage, walked inside the cage. The lion went to roaring and running around the cage and charged the man. So the man stood back with the whip, snatched one of the ears off the lion. So the lion, mad and roaring and running around the cage, charged the man again. The man stood back sideways, snatched the other ear off the lion. The lion,
Damn.
roaring, mad and running around the cage, charged the man again. The man stood back, snatched the tail off the lion. The lady said, hey, she said, hey, sir. She said, wait a minute. She said, you're going to kill it. He said, you better tell me something, because I had this motherfucker running around here looking like a goddamn bulldog.
To tell him something.
The things, that I did, and I remember they had a female officer, sexy old girl, and she used to like to rank. She had just started working there. I had never met her yet. And so a lot of guys used to tell her, that's all right, I got a partner for your ass. She said, that's all right, y'all bring his ass on. I rank on his ass too. So when I finally went to meet her, and she went to straight ranking on me. Man, and she had some big titties. But she really ain't had no stomach. She was a nice looking girl. So I went to ranking on her butt, and she was sloop-footed. And that she was sloop-footed. So I used to rank on her, and I used to catch her when she was around other female officers.
Yeah.
And go ranking on her, and I'll go portraying how she walked. She told me once, she said, Wade, let's just be all right. Don't rank on me. No, let's not rank on one another. I said, yeah.
You must have got on her.
Yeah, I got on her, man. That was one of my favorite officers, man. That was my baby.
Yeah.
But I had it my.
But I was talking about, why did you tell jokes in prison?
Keep their mind off the boot. Keep their mind off the boot. When I went to prison, they didn't have shower stalls where you shower by yourself.
Yeah.
It was open showers. So it'd be like 50 people in the shower at a time. Shower. And you used to have dudes, man, literally jacking off on dudes and everything in the shower.
Oh.
So
in the shower?
Yeah, you lying to be in this stall and one behind you. So them booty bandit boys and them jacking boys that you be messing with them boys, they lying to be behind them jacking off on them, right? So if a man let a man jack off behind, I wouldn't give a goddamn if he wasn't looking at me. You supposed to automatically
go on his shit. Get on his shit.
Supposed to automatically. So if a man didn't do that,
he a punk. He a bitch.
And then they don't. Everybody on the pod know that the dude was jacking. Man, he was in trouble. Somebody was gonna run in this house.
Hey, Andre.
I had a partner. He was a booty band, and they called him Black Jack, and he had been like 30-something years. And I remember him telling me one day, he used to be this little Mexican guy. He used to always run around talking about Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you. So my partner, man, I'm gonna go in here and rape this boy. I said, you finna go rape him? I said, man, go on, man. He said, man, I'm finna go give me some of that booty. I said, man, stop tripping. SSI. I used to be SSI on the tank. So, man, the man went in the man's house on the in and out, went in the man's house. I said, man, this nigga tripping, man. I seen these things, even though you couldn't help dudes, it's just some things you just couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? If a man didn't help himself or wouldn't fight for himself, then, I wasn't going to get out there for nobody like that. If you fighting for yourself, yeah, I help. If you
ain't but that's crazy. I couldn't even be friends. I couldn't even be friends with a booty bandit.
Yeah, man.
I'd be like, man, I'm not smoking no blunt after you. I'm not sipping your coffee. I'm not doing nothing.
You associated with them, but you didn't hang with them. They hung together. They hung circle.
So they was
together.
A click of cheek busters.
Yeah, see, they hung together. It was a group of them, but you knew them. Because see, like I say, I was SSI. I sold everything. I sold weed. I sold tobacco. I sold everything.
What is SSI?
SSI is like a janitor. You know what I'm saying? You know, your cleanup guy, and that's
Oh, so we call it a porter.
yeah, porters and stuff. And you know, those the type of jobs you want to have because it puts you in a position to make money. You know what I'm saying? You know, you
Mm-hmm.
need out of you know to go get this, go get that. You know, I used to do a lot of movement, and I was trustworthy. A lot of guys used to have me to you know go get stuff from the pickups and you know they drops. I did it all. You know,
Hey,
once
but that was all a part of survival inside, though. That's for sure. I mean, I did my share too. I did my share because what you was doing on the streets. Chances are, if it was a trade like a hustle, you was a hustler on the streets. You're
yeah,
gonna be a hustler inside too. I mean,
yeah,
that's just how it go. You
that's
gotta
how.
eat. You gonna figure it out.
Yeah, and you know, I don't put myself in some positions that I really pose that got stabbed in and everything, but you know, through the grace of God, great God had His hand upon me and seen me out of a lot of positions, you know, because I knew some of the dangerous dudes in prison. I had a partner, he was a Mandingo warrior. His name was Buckwheat, and he was
Hmm.
a scholar. And knowing this dude, yeah, we had embraced the you know relationship, man. We was like brothers, man, and you couldn't fuck with me, man. You couldn't fuck with me, man. You bet not. Man. It'd be a ride fucking with me. I wasn't in the gang. I wasn't a Mandingo warrior, nothing. I just, you
The
know,
Mandingo Warriors in Texas prison. I heard about them.
yeah,
Were they the booty bandits?
no, no, no.
Okay, they
They,
was just a tribe of Africans in there pushing.
they was just named Mandingo warriors. You know, they wasn't Africans or nothing. They were black dudes, and and, and they represented inmates. You know, because when they come into existence back in I think 77, 78, uh,
Hmm.
laws was killing inmates, and so the inmates when you know you had bill attendants then. Bill attendants were beating down inmates, helping them laws,
Wait, wait, wait. Wait,
bill
what are they called? What are they called?
bill attendants. They were
Miller.
they yeah, bill
Say
attendants,
again.
bill
Build it.
attendants. They
Build
was
it.
inmates that was doing you know the officers' jobs, counting. They would count. You know what I'm saying? They would run the tanks. You
Damn.
know, they have a big TDC staff in them days. So inmates was working the prisons, basically. And them dudes,
Wow.
dangerous dudes, man. Them dudes there, man, some of them couldn't even come out of prison because dudes was waiting to kill them out here in the streets. Them dudes was some low down, dirty dudes, and they took
And
the good.
they was acting like police
Yeah, yeah, beating dudes down with pipes, man, and raping boys.
under the like it's good. Like the police wasn't tripping on 'em?
Uh, it took
Wow.
they had a case called the Ruiz. It's called Ruiz case. They was living in tents out here in the prisons, man. And I'm talking about you had three inmates living in a two-man cell, man. It was so bad, man. And so Ruiz wrote wrote some stuff down to the governor or something or the state of Texas
Yeah.
on some toilet paper. And it got out to the governor and that was what was going on, man. And so the
Wait a
Ruiz,
minute. So hold on. So this was going on in the 90s and the 2000s?
this was going on in the late 70s and the early 80s. And through this Ruiz case, changed the system.
Yeah.
It changed the system because the system was so, man, I'm talking about, man, if you went to prison from the 70s up to about 84,
Yeah.
first time going to prison, I went in 85. And right before I got there, the Ruiz stipulation had just changed the way of living and the condition of prison in the state of Texas. There wasn't no more bill attendants. They still had a
Yeah.
goon squad. The system had a thing called goon squad. The goon squad, they was like military dudes, and they were black. big
We got
boots.
the we got the goon squad. We got the they like basically the goon squad is the police of the police.
Yeah.
They like the
It's-
police of the police.
they
Hey,
came to
so
when they
hey,
come.
we
Came.
hit that hour mark, so I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. We got more interviews coming in the future, but this one I'm gonna break it up into pieces, and then we're gonna go from there. And I'm gonna introduce Andre Wade to the world.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and plug your channel and tell them what your channel. Plug your channel and then tell the viewers what your channel is about.
Okay. Now, how I go about doing that? You say plug my channel. My
Just start now.
just release.
Just
Right.
released it. And what's it about?
It's basically about people being released from prison,
Mm-hmm.
people being released of something that's been hindering them all their life,
I
and they
feel that.
getting out of prison. It's anything that's been hindering you. You know, you have bad relationships, bad jobs, anything that you don't come up from that that's done released to you. And that's what
Okay.
this is about.
So how do they find you on YouTube?
They go, they pull up just release Andre Way.
Just released Andre Wade.
Yeah.
And let me give you a suggestion because I see you getting around that 1,000 subscriber mark. And you're gonna need help so to make sure you get that change in your pocket. But you see this? You see what that say?
All right.
Let's say that's Dirty Weather 916.
Okay.
So in your mind, you should start thinking about what is Andre Wade's logo. What is Andre Wade's logo? Because people gonna want to holler at Andre Wade. They gonna fuck with Andre Wade because he original OG. So your clothing, think about your brand because you branding yourself. So think about your brand. What's your logo gonna be, and then build it around that logo. All right, man. So Dirty Weather 916, man. Just we wrapping up this fire interview with Andre Wade, man. We talked about a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff from man. We talked about some stuff. I wish I could unremember. Unremember. But it's
Yeah.
in there, bouncing around. It's doing that shit is doing burpees in my mind now.
Yeah.
He said, I'm about to go up in there and get this boy. Why? Damn. Damn. They
But
was picking cotton in the 90s, y'all. In the 90s. And calling black men boys.
that was
Wow. Yeah,
crazy.
man. But tap in, man. Tap in with Andre Wade, just released, and Dirty Weather 916. More content coming. Man, 2020 gonna be a good year, man. Shout out Andre Wade. Who else you want to shout out, Andre?
Hey, man, I just
Matter of
want
fact, matter of fact, go get my mama. Go get my mama.
to. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take some bites of breakfast while you go get my mama.
Oh, look at you, man. Look at you, man. Man, I don't even know mom. Look out, mama. See what I be on. I be on this here in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when I was locked up, I missed it those the karate moves, a little karate move. Mama,
Yep.
oh, Curtis one, I'll let you.
Hey, baby.
Hey, mama.
Hey, Curtis. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right today.
Mama, you got some white stuff on your mouth.
I do.
Well,
Yeah, you got white.
That's that white stuff I put on my face. I call it the white. Let me go wash it off. I'll be right back.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, mama. Why you let your mama come on the screen like that?
I ain't see that, man. Yeah, I was sideways. I was.
Man.
It's all natural, man. Natural, man. Natural.
Oh, damn. All
Yeah.
right, man. We go, man. We gonna link up again pretty soon in the near future, man. It's been a blast, man. I enjoyed this, man.
All right. Yeah.
All right, man. All right, Andre, dirty weather. Let me get a dirty weather gone. Let me
Huh?
get a dirty weather. Let me get a Andre Wade gone.
Andre Wade gone.
Gone.